Good morning, everyone. It is another snowy morning in Colorado. This is a live look in the 9 News backyard. You can see some big flakes coming down. Snow coming down all across the state and will continue throughout the day.
Yeah, Denver's rec centers and libraries will also be open as warming shelters during business hours today if you do need to get out of the cold. And the Rudy Rec Center in the Sun Valley neighborhood will open as an overnight shelter tonight and tomorrow night at 8. Thanks so much for being with us on this snowy Wednesday morning. Jordan here alongside Erica, Corey, and Ed.
Yes, good morning. We have team coverage this morning for you. The team coverage, we have Darius Johnson. He's keeping an eye on the roads in the metro area. Mount Renew is up in the mountains this morning, keeping an eye on what's happening up in the high country.
Yeah, we'll get to them here in just a moment. But first, we want to check in with Ed about this forecast. Ed, what are we looking at?
Surprise, surprise, this well-advertised storm came in right on schedule.
There you go.
I know.
We got colder weather, certainly, and snow, which is going to be light off and on. The further south you go, the heavier it's going to be because it's a southerly tracking storm. So today, we're not going to get out of the teens, believe it or not. It's going to be a cold day around here with that snow and some windy conditions, but we start to improve tomorrow, and we have some great improvement just in time for your weekend. So as we take a look, all these hazy conditions right now, that's the light snow, and it's 13 degrees. When I came in, it was 16. Following hour is 15. Last hour is 14, so we're just losing 1 degree an hour. 13 degrees right now, 84% humidity, so lots of moisture in the air, and here's the way it plays out. The darker the purple within the white is the heavier of the snow. So you can see to the south, that's the heaviest. We will see that off and on snow today, right into the afternoon rush hour, but then overnight, everything begins to clear out, and by tomorrow morning's rush hour, we are in sunshine, and then look at tomorrow afternoon. Sunshine border to border, and the temperatures will respond. Today, however, cloudy, cold, snow, blowing snow, only 18 degrees, and we may struggle to get there. We have clearing skies tonight, but cold with a low of 5 degrees, and then as we take a look at tomorrow, sunny skies and not as cold. We get to 35, still about 10 below normal for this time of year, but we'll make up for that on Friday. 50 degrees with partly sunny skies. Look at your weekend. 53 Saturday, 55 on Sunday. Monday, we start off with 52 degrees and partly sunny skies. Another little disturbance comes through, and late in the day, we could see some rain or snow showers. Let's go to Darius right now, who is out on the roads checking how things are out there. And light snow, Darius, is that giving us a lot of problems?
Hey there, Ed. I can tell you it's not as bad, but now that people are starting to hit the roads, you can turn up the lights in here right now this morning because it's a lot of red lights, a lot of brakes, a lot of people just out on the roads because these roads are snowpacked. This is 25 right now as we're approaching Evans Avenue. Definitely a lot of snow on the roads, but really I think more so it's some traffic. I think there's an accident ahead as well. I know Erica will possibly be able to look into that and maybe confirm that as well, but I think they are diverting a little bit of traffic off, but for the most part the lanes are pretty clear even as you look off to the side right here as cars are kind of making their way through. You can see that the lanes are pretty clear even when you're transitioning from lane to lane. No one is kind of creating their own lanes. We know that's one thing a lot of people do when it snows, so everything is pretty clear so far this morning. Definitely the side streets are wonky. That's been the one thing that we have seen even from when going down some of the major thoroughfares like Quebec or Monaco. Those are okay, but a lot of those side streets right off of that is where you have a lot of that snow, and those smaller plows have not made their way through yet. We're going to continue to make our way through the Denver metro area, but we're going to send things over to Erica Lopez, who has a look at your morning commute.
Yeah, and Darius, you are in the traffic that we've been talking about this morning. Northbound I-25 in Evans, there's a crash just up ahead of where you are. We're going to show you exactly what that scene looks like in the CDOT camera in a moment, but quickly want to touch on your Wednesday morning commute headlines. Denver just tweeted out that they're also on accident alert. Douglas County has been, so what that means is unless your crash has injuries or severe damage or involves drugs or alcohol, you're to just exchange information. It's a slick and snowy drive. Darius was just talking about that, how side streets a lot dicier than interstate areas, but it doesn't mean interstates are not still going to be dicey in some spots. So this is the big thing this morning. Give yourself plenty of extra time. So like I mentioned, northbound I-25, 2 right lanes shut off at Evans Avenue because of a crash. So we're down to 2 left lanes open and moving. That is unfortunately the traffic that Darius is stuck stuck in at this very moment. As far as other problems go, just look at our map here. Quick glance at the screen shows you hardly any green, mostly yellow, indicating just the conditions we're dealing with because of the snow. In the high country, really quickly here, we do have that safety closure of Loveland Pass between I-70 and just before a base. And I-70 through the high country, we also have several active chain and traction laws, so please keep that in mind. 9-minute drive southbound I-25 between I-70 and Santa Fe, so you already have the yellow light there. And we're dealing with significant delays on northbound I-25. One more mention here about a 13-minute backup on the northbound side between the Tech Center and downtown because of that Evans Avenue crash, about a 5 or 6 minute delay on that southbound side.
Yeah, we knew it was going to be slow going today, Erica. Thank you. The weather is also causing some backups at the airport today. According to FlightAware, Denver International Airport already has 41 delays and 73 canceled flights. Most of those cancellations are Southwest flights. The snow is hitting us all across the state, including the mountains, where it's already been really snowy.
Our man in the mountains, Matt Renew, is in Georgetown for us this morning. Matt, looks like that snow's coming down pretty hard up there as well.
Yeah, you're right, Jordan, Corey. Good morning. It just started picking up the last 20 minutes or so here in Georgetown. Coming down pretty good. Nice clip. Wind sort of shifting around now here in downtown Georgetown. Good news is, because it's wonderful downtown Georgetown, not a lot of impact on the traffic here in downtown Georgetown yet. But probably about 2-3 inches of snow's come down here in this area of Clear Creek County so far out of this storm. Leaving Summit County, less up there this morning around Silverthorne, Frisco, Dillon, maybe an inch in that area, in that valley area. As you come down from the Eisenhower-Johnson tunnels, you can actually see I-70 pretty well traveled nicely. But if you're coming out of Denver, east of the Continental Divide, between Denver and the Continental Divide, the Eisenhower-Johnson tunnels, I-70 snow-packed, icy and slow going for sure. You'll want to take it nice and easy if you're coming in or out of the mountains. The wind's picking up at times, kind of reducing the visibility and certainly freezing that snow and ice on the road a little bit more. CDOT plow trucks certainly out and about this morning. We've seen them in a pretty good presence running tandem to try to keep the interstate clear and keep traffic moving this morning as it continues to snow in the high country, and that's great news for the ski areas. Most, I think, you're going to see reporting this morning a couple of inches, 1, 2, 3 inches of snow. Breckenridge Snow Stakes showing a good 4 or 5 inches of snow out of this, and it's still coming down, so they're doing pretty good. Jordan, Corey, I know that we've been talking about putting on a hat this morning. It's warmed up to 9 degrees, and I have been looking. I haven't found a hat. But I have found a ski boot, so I'm making some progress.
Well, you're all set. You know, you're talking about some good conditions there up in the resorts. And by the way, Matt, this is a great time for that snow to be falling because they're about to be slammed with spring breakers.
You're right. Yeah, those spring break crowds, Jordan, are going to be coming from all over the country as middle schools, high schools, and colleges start taking their breaks. A busy time in Colorado that just rolls for about 5 or 6 weeks through Colorado, and this will be a nice freshening up. Although we've had a great winter. We heard Reppenhagen's story about how the snow's been sticking around, so really great conditions. Ought to be a pretty good spring break.
Well, if I bring you another boot, can we come skiing with you?
No, I bet you he has both boots, skis, and poles in his car all the time. Am I right, Matt?
Yeah, it's not hard to find the skis, the boots, the poles, and the goggles, but it is hard to find the hat.
Priorities. I love it. Matt, thank you.
Well, we want to see all your snow pictures this morning. You can text them to us at 303-871-1491. Here are some of the ones we've already gotten so far. Everything from dogs loving it outside to dogs loving it inside, saying, no way, I'm not going out. Of course, we're seeing a lot of patio furniture, too. Corey says, we love it here on the morning show. Looks like kind of like frosting on top of a cake when you see it there.
Yes, it's a little bit of icing right out there, and it's been so nice to see. I know some other day parts don't like the patio furniture, but we love it here, so keep those coming. I love the ones with the dogs that actually enjoy the snow. My dog is not that kind.
Our dog is that kind.
Loves to just get out.
She loves
dog,
it
right?
out there, yes.
Yeah. So keep those coming. Keep sending them 303-871-1491. And you can stay up to date on the storm, the forecast, the closures, the traffic impacts all day long. Just download the 9 News app or check out 9 News Plus.
And today, there will be a vigil for the 3 people who were killed in the shooting at Michigan State University. All of them were students there. Family and friends are remembering Brian Frazier, the president of his fraternity, Alexandria Verner, a junior studying biology, and Ariel Anderson, a junior trying to graduate early to get to medical school to become a surgeon as quickly as possible. 5 other students are still in the hospital in critical condition. Police say the shooter killed himself. Police found him about 5 miles away from campus. They say the man didn't seem to have any connection to the school, and they still don't know what his motive was.
Here in Colorado, a student at East High School is still in the hospital in critical condition after being shot outside his school on Monday. Luis Garcia is 16 years old. His older brother Santos spoke to us at the hospital yesterday. He describes Luis as a hardworking kid who always wants to help out the family. He says he talks to everyone and makes people laugh. And Luis always tries to be the best at soccer, sometimes waking up at 5 in the morning to train. Santos says his brother is not doing too well, but sometimes he squeezes people's hands or moves his toes, but he says his brother is a fighter.
He's not really in a good position right now, and we don't know what's going to happen, but we know that he's there. He talks to everyone. I mean, it doesn't matter what they look like, where they come from. He's always like there for pretty much everyone.
Santos says he has no idea why someone would shoot his brother. Denver police say 2 other teenagers are in custody for the shooting. Police say they go to other DPS schools.
And one thing you want to know about the weather today, you probably already realize. Only in the teens and low 20s along the Front Range with mostly snowy conditions, but tomorrow we improve. Temperatures warm up and much more in the way of sunshine.
And as far as what your drive looks like at this hour, certainly dealing with snowy and slick conditions. This is northbound I-25 and Evans Avenue, where we still have this crash blocking off 2 right lanes. Still a very active scene out here. Seeing some pretty significant delays there. And just a quick heads up, since it is a snow day commute, some snow day driving tips. Please don't leave your car running unattended. Make sure to clear lights, windows, and mirrors before you head out, and give yourself plenty of extra distance between you and the cars in front of you.
All right, Erica, good advice there. Well, Team USA is killing it on the slopes again. We'll tell you about their history-making race coming up.
And later, we're going to hear from the Denver Department of Transportation about their plow plans for today as our snow coverage continues on 9 News Mornings.
One of the biggest reservoirs filled up by the Colorado River just hit a record low. Data from the federal government shows water in Arizona's Lake Powell fell to the lowest levels since the 60s. Now the Department of Interior is spending $125 million to revive the system conservation pilot program. The program originally ran from 2014 to 2018 and paid people like farmers and ranchers to voluntarily cut their water usage. The new round of federal funding will allow the program to give money to upper basin states like Colorado to pay people $150 for every acre foot of water they save. Lower basin states are paying out even more for conservation, closer to $300 or $400 for each acre foot.
Aurora is cutting back on its water usage too. The city will start restricting water in the spring. In a study session last week, Aurora water staff proposed taking action now because of concerns about the city's projected water shortage. Right now, Aurora's reservoirs are 54% full, and based on current demands, they expect reservoirs to be at 48% capacity by mid-April. So the city approved stage 1 water restrictions starting in May. That means the city limits watering to 2 days a week. The goal is to reduce outdoor water usage in the city by 20%. Taking another look outside this morning, this is, I believe, by Coors Field. It is snowy all across the state this morning. Snow started coming down last night, will continue to pile up today. Ed is joining us now. Just got to get through today, and then the weekend, the rest of the week's looking pretty good.
I think you're right. And we said we had a great weekend last week, and we have a good weekend to look forward to. It's the in-between stuff that is kind of dicey, and that's what we've got right now. As you said, we've got snow in the city at this hour, only 13 degrees. So it's cold, it's snowy, it's a little windy out there, so it's kind of a miserable morning. That's the one system that's off to the east of us, and here's the second system that is right on its heels, and you can see it pushing snow into our state. Over the eastern plains, the blue within the white, which represents snow, is the heavier of the snow, and you see that is to the south and to the east of us, but we have more moisture that's going to push up as this system tracks to the east-northeast, and as it does, we will see this steady snow perpetuate just about all day long. Here's the afternoon rush hour, but overnight it all moves out of the state, brings more sunshine back into the city, and look at tomorrow afternoon, sunshine, and we'll get into the mid-30s, which will feel a lot warmer than today, but it's still cooler than what we see for this weekend. So we do have the winter weather advisory continuing. That Denver is included until midnight tonight, and down to the south where the heaviest snow is, you can see up to 2 feet of snow over the southwest, up to 12 inches over the southeast. We do have an avalanche warning and an avalanche watch. They continue till 5 p.m. on Thursday. How much snow do we think we're going to get? Well, this is additional snowfall, maybe 4 inches here in Denver, but as you get to the south, heavier. 9 in Trinidad, 9 in Lamar, 11 in Burlington and out east, over a foot in Colby, Kansas. So as we take a look at the highs today, only in the teens and 20s over the eastern plains. Single digits teens for the high country, mostly 20s to the west, and the lows tonight are going to be chilly. Single digits teens east, single digits above and below zero for the high country, single digits to the west. Here's your Denver forecast. Cloudy, cold, snow blowing, snow 18 the high. Tonight, clearing skies, cold with a low of 5. Tomorrow, sunshine, 35 degrees, 50 on your Friday, and look at the weekend. Low to mid 50s with partly sunny skies, but then late on Monday, here comes another chance for rain or snow. Snow on Tuesday, clearing out, but chilly by Wednesday.
Ed, thank you so much. We want to check in on the snowy commute that we're dealing with. Already have some problems. I want to start you out with our live drive camera. We've got photojournalist Joe Swanson behind the wheel here, and Darius Johnson. They're keeping tabs on the conditions as well. This is Colorado Boulevard headed towards City Park, and really this is what we're seeing on side streets. It's a lot more snow-packed and slick and slushy out there, even going to be icy in some areas. Looks like volume still light through that stretch, but you got to give yourself plenty of extra travel time this morning. Let's go ahead and bring it to our graphics. We are still following that northbound I-25 crash at Evans Avenue this morning. It's just out of view from the CDOT camera because they adjusted the angle here, but we're still dealing with 2 right lanes blocked off again. Northbound I-25 and Evans Avenue, we're dealing with a crash. As far as other things to note this morning, Douglas County Sheriff and Denver Police both saying they're on accident alert this morning. So unless your crash involves injuries, drugs, or alcohol, or severe damage, you're to just exchange information. Again, going to be a slick and snowy drive. please give yourself plenty of extra travel time. As we look at our map across the metro, it's just very colorful already. We also have a crash at southbound I-25 and Hampden Avenue right now. We're seeing some pretty significant impacts on that northbound side of the interstate. About a 15-minute backup between the tech center and downtown. That's mostly because of that Evans Avenue crash, and about a 10-minute backup or so on the southbound side this morning. And we're really seeing the yellow light no matter where you're headed on the interstates right now. 16-minute ride into Commerce City on 76 West. Same exact thing for your southbound I-25 drive between 144th Avenue and 76.
All right, Erica, thank you. Well, the U.S. ski team made history, and they didn't need Michaela Schifrin to do it either.
A team of 6, including 3 Coloradans, took home the team parallel gold for the first time ever.
Ford has to know that he's got that gap, and they have got it.
And the Stiefel U.S. Alpine team wins the gold medal for the first time in history in this event at the World Championships.
Nina O'Brien, who shattered her leg a year ago at the Beijing Olympics, had the winning run in the final against Norway. Pretty impressive comeback. Paula Moulton from Edwards broke her hand on that final run, but still tied her opponent to help the U.S. secure the win. River Radmus, also from Edwards, and DU's Katie Hensian also secured gold medals as part of the team.
Team's been together for a long time. You know, we've competed at World Champs before, Olympics before, and we've always come up just short. You know, that 4th place at the Olympics last year was especially tough for us, you know, but we really believed in this team. Everybody's been skiing incredibly, and we knew that if we had the runs that we wanted to today, we could compete with anybody. It's just amazing feeling to have them all connect today.
4th place at the Olympics is such a hard spot, right? You just missed the podium. It's after all of the training and everything. So this is huge for them. Nina and River also qualified for the individual parallel finals.
My gosh, also they are tough. You know, you're talking about Paula Moulton breaking her hand and taping it to a pole and still being able to ski with that. I stubbed my toe, I'm out for the day.
No, I know. So by the way, even though Paula did break her hand, she might not be done for the season. She broke the same hand last year, taped it to her poles to keep competing for the rest of the season. So as Jordan was saying, she is tough. That team is tough.
Yeah, this whole team, congratulations to them. And Michaela Schifrin, by the way, and her coach, they are finished working together after 7 seasons. Schifrin said in a statement she's, quote, decided to move forward with new leadership on my team for the next phase of my career. Schifrin skis again tomorrow morning, by the way. A lot of good news to talk about as far as the U.S. ski team goes.
Yeah, we have some talented athletes from Colorado, so it's really cool to see representation for sure. The plows are out this morning. Coming up in 2 minutes, we're going to hear from the Denver Department of Transportation on how they're planning to keep those side streets clear.
And taking another live look outside, wow, visibility has really decreased just within the last half hour. This is a shot of downtown Denver in the skyline there. I know you can't really see the buildings anymore, so that just tells you how much snow is really coming down at this time. The roads are going to be a little bit slicker today as well. Nancy Kuhn from the Denver Department of Transportation now joining us live on the phone. Good morning, Nancy.
Good morning.
So Nancy, when did plows go out today and how long can we expect them to be out for?
Well, our big plows went out around 1 o'clock, I heard from the team, you know, when snow started to fall, started to accumulate. So they've been out ever since, and they'll be on duty tonight or overnight and all day today. And then our residential plows came in at 3 a.m., so they've been out now just for a couple of hours.
Nancy, I know all winter people have been talking about those side streets. We saw that snowfall that, you know, then the snow just stuck around forever. So what's the plan now throughout the day for the residential side street plows?
The residential plows work from 3 a.m. to 3 p.m. So over the course of that 12-hour shift, they'll be able to take a single pass down the center of each side street. Sometimes they can get down twice in a 12-hour shift, usually once. So that's what people can expect. We'll meet later today to look at the forecast, see how much more is going to fall, and then decide if we need to bring in a second shift, if that would be effective and helpful or, you know, and a good use of resources and be helpful for people. So that call will be made later today. But for right now, we're working that 3 a.m. to 3 p.m. shift, so people will probably see a plow go down their street today.
Yeah, as you're talking about that, Nancy, yes, crews are going to be out for quite a while today. What's going to be their biggest challenge they face trying to clear these streets?
I think, you know, really it's just it's cold out. So, you know, our drivers are going to be out and, you know, amid some tough conditions, and drivers as well. So everyone just needs to go slowly. They'll be putting down de-icer as needed, particularly at, you know, intersections where people are braking. So, yeah, you know, they're going to just be out there making the roads safer for everyone.
A big thanks to these plow drivers
Absolutely.
working a 12-hour shift in the cold, making the roads safe for us for sure. And, you know, Nancy, you alluded to this. Just give them the room, let them by because they're really trying to make it safe for all of us. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
And we're going to need those plows around for most of the day because we're going to have that light snow. Look at how heavy the snow has become now. This is looking at downtown. It looks like it's foggy. No, that's the snow coming down. 13 degrees is what we're seeing right now. We have light snow in the city by afternoon. We still see that light snow by the afternoon rush hour, but overnight, everything begins to clear out as that storm system moves off to the east and out of the state. And by tomorrow afternoon, we have nothing but sunshine around here, and the temperature is going to be a bit warmer, at least warmer than today. We're only going to be about 18 degrees with that snow. 35 tomorrow as the sunshine returns. And look at your Friday. 50 degrees with sunny skies. Your weekend, low to mid 50s, sunny to partly sunny skies. And then on Monday, we start off with 52 degrees and partly cloudy, but late in the day, a little disturbance comes through. We'll see some rain and snow showers by afternoon.
All right, Ed, thank you. Well, we have a lot more snow coverage as you head out the door this morning. Another look at the conditions around the metro area and up in the mountains coming up on 9 News Mornings at 6:30. Good morning, everyone. I could be wrong, but I think it's snowing, y'all.
Just a little bit.
Yeah,
definitely.
just a little bit. Coming down pretty hard out here in the 9 News
Sort of what I've been
backyard.
saying all morning.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Good morning, everyone. Jordan here alongside Erica, Corey, and Ed.
Yes, good morning. Happy snowy Wednesday. We have team coverage for you this morning of this snowstorm. Of course, Matt Renew, our man in the mountains, is up in the high country giving us a look at what to expect up there. Darius Johnson, Brianna Fernandez also driving around the metro area and to the south. We're going to start, though, I believe, with Brianna, who is driving around. Nope.
No, you can start with me.
Oh, I'm starting with you?
Yes.
Okay.
And Ed, as we
It
were
is
saying,
not what
we
this
believe
says.
it is in fact snowing.
It is snowing, and it's kind of a light snow, but it's a steady snow, as you know, and it's going to be like this off and on all day long, so maybe another 4 or 5 inches before it's all said and done. Let's go outside and take a look at what we've got going on, and there's the city, and yeah, it looks hazy.
No,
it is like, no, you go right ahead.
Okay.
No,
See,
it is.
I'm looking out for you.
No, it is mostly cloudy out there, and we've got that snow and 13 degrees. So yes, it is chilly. You can see that snow just pushing over the eastern plains. Going to continue to do that right into the afternoon rush hour. But then overnight, it all clears out. We'll see sunshine by tomorrow morning. And then look at all the sunshine we have by tomorrow afternoon. So today, cloudy, cold, 18 degrees, snow and blowing snow. You just got to get through this. Then clearing skies tonight, but cold, low down around 5. For tomorrow, sunny skies, not as cold, will be 35 degrees. And then above normal on Friday with plenty of sunshine. We'll look at Saturday and Sunday in the low to mid 50s with partly sunny skies. We start that way on Monday, but late in the day, here comes another little system. Chance for rain or snow by afternoon.
Thank you so much. We do want to help you get out the door at this hour. We're taking a look at I-25 through the metro. This is at 58th Avenue, headed toward us, our southbound lanes this morning. That's where we're seeing a little bit more congestion. No surprise at this hour, that is typically what we are seeing. As far as snowy conditions go, not as bad on the interstates through the metro as it is on the side streets. As far as what you need to know this Wednesday morning, Douglas County Sheriff tweeted out, as well as Denver Police. They are both on accident alert. So unless your crash involves injuries or drugs or alcohol, you are to just exchange information. We can't stress enough the slick, snowy drive, and for you to please give yourself plenty of extra travel time and a safe distance between the other cars in front of you. We're dealing with 2 crashes on I-70, one eastbound, one westbound on I-70 and Wadsworth. So we're already seeing some delays through that area, and it's really just colorful everywhere. You need to know that. You're looking at about a 7-minute backup for your drive into Commerce City on westbound 76. And we mentioned that team coverage that we have this morning. Darius Johnson also monitoring the roads. Darius, where are you right now and how are things looking?
Hey there, Erica. Yes, we just made our way through the Cheeseman Park area. That's where we were showing you some of those side streets while you all were speaking to CDOT earlier. We're going to go ahead and flip things around right now so you can see what the side streets are looking like, or some of the main streets right here throughout Denver. Right now, we just turned onto Lincoln. We're passing the Colorado Capitol right here at 14th, about to make a left on Colfax and head west and try to make it towards that Sloan's Lake area, and then possibly make it into that Berkeley Sunnyside neighborhood as well, so we can see what things are looking like over there. I can definitely say the snow seems to be picking up and coming down a little bit harder than it has been so far this morning. That traffic on I-25 that we showed you all at the top of the 6 o'clock was an absolute mess. Erica had some of that video from the accident that was there, but it seemed like they were getting that accident cleared out pretty fast. We've definitely seen accidents being cleared rather quickly. This is a very snow-packed Colfax right now, so definitely take it slow when you hit some of these major streets, because as the snow comes down a little bit harder, some of the plows may not have been able to make it through here yet. So we're going to continue to make our way around the city and show you all the streets that are everywhere and all the red brake lights and everything else that's out this morning, because the people are up and ready for the snow. Going to go ahead and send it back to you two beauties in the studio, Jordan and Corey, because, you know, we're just gonna keep on snowing, keep on snowing.
Stay safe out there. I can see everyone's just going slow, which is wise. Darius, thank you. Well, as Ed mentioned, another big issue today is the cold. Denver's rec centers and libraries will be open as warming shelters during business hours today if you need to get out of the cold. And the Rudy Rec Center in the Sun Valley neighborhood has stayed open all night. Yeah,
the weather is also causing some backups at the airport this morning. According to FlightAware, Denver International Airport already has past 41 delays and 73 canceled flights. Most of those cancellations are Southwest Airlines. And it's snowing all across the state this morning, but in the mountains, they just call this a Wednesday.
It's so true. Our man in the mountains, Matt Renew, is in Georgetown right now, and it's always so picturesque in these mountain towns. It's just gorgeous there, Matt.
Isn't it, Corey and Jordan? Good morning. Look at that. Downtown Georgetown, just beautiful. It just looks like a postcard for winter in Colorado. It is really nice, you know, about 2, maybe 3 inches of snow here in downtown Georgetown. It's been sort of picking up at times and then backing off, where we're sort of in between events of this storm right now. Not a whole lot of snow falling in Georgetown at this hour, but we've seen at times where it was really picking up. You're heading out of Denver and going into the mountains. I-70 before the Continental Divide, the Eisenhower-Johnson Tunnel, is going to be pretty icy, going to be pretty snow-packed. You're going to want to take it slow. You go through the tunnel, start dropping down into Summit County, and you're going to see a lot more asphalt. You're going to see a lot more of the interstate. Only about maybe an inch falling in that Summit County area. Those ski areas, their snow stakes showing 1 or 2 inches of snow, although Breckenridge, because maybe a little further south, showing a little bit more snow out of this, maybe 4 or 5 inches of snow so far, but it's expected to keep going throughout the day. So a powder day in the high country. Should be a really good day for skiing and riding in the middle of the week, not too crowded before those spring break crowds start rolling into Colorado and things really start picking up. And it should be a pretty busy spring break given the snow conditions we've had this season. So Corey and Jordan, I know we've been sort of talking about finding a hat. I've been looking for a hat. It's 9 degrees, so I really don't need it, but I've been looking for it. I found ski boots, and this is about the closest thing so far I found for a hat. Might have to do.
You wear it well, my friend. I mean, I have a feeling that a lot of artists who are watching this morning are going to paint pictures of you
with the hat on.
This is nice, right? It's not like I'm drawing any attention with this hat right here.
Not at all. It does look like a Thomas Kincaid painting behind you. It is just so beautiful. And the most random things that Matt Renew finds in his car. But I get the ski boots, because this way you could just head up and get some turns in right after.
You know, Matt Renew is the shyest person I know.
This is my life. Ski boots and hard hats.
Perfect.
Love that.
Matt, thank you. We do want to see all of your snow pictures this morning. You can text them to us at 303-871-1491. Here are some of the pictures that we've gotten in so far. A lot of pups out in the snow enjoying it. Look how cute. That's like a little wooden bear that's been carved there, and you can see dusting of snow on it. And some patio pictures as well.
And look at this dog in the right upper hand corner. Looks like he's shouting for joy out there in the snow.
Loving the snow day.
Oh, I love it.
4:10 a.m., 14 degrees. You can see the background there of someone's house with a dusting of snow as well. Keep those coming. Send them to us all morning long. 303-871-1491.
And again, you can track the storm, traffic updates, and closures all day long. Just download the 9 News app and check out 9 News Plus for all that information.
It's 6:38 right now. A mom from Denver has been missing for more than a week, and her family can't figure out why. They just don't have any answers right now. Miranda Connor was last seen in Green Valley Ranch in the early morning hours of February 3rd. Family members tell us they don't think that she would have left on her own. Connor's mom says she's joyful and never goes a day without talking to her kids. Connor's 2 kids are now in Arizona with their grandma. Denver police say they found her phone the morning that she went missing, and now they're going through it. They're asking that if you have any information to call Crime Stoppers.
Right now, the University of Denver is investigating several instances of anti-Semitic vandalism in campus dorms. 3 students had mezuzahs torn off their doors. Mezuzahs have a Hebrew prayer on a piece of parchment inside. One of them was defaced. Another student had pork products taped to their door. The Anti-Defamation League says the number of anti-Semitic incidents in Colorado is rising at an alarming rate.
I came to ADL 12 years ago. At that time, we were tracking about 10 anti-Semitic incidents in our region. Last year, I'm sure that number is going to be somewhere between 50 and 100.
That's a really sad stat to hear. Well, there have been no arrests for the vandalism so far. DU says campus police will keep investigating.
One of Colorado's biggest hospital systems is breaking up. Centura Health's 20 hospitals in Colorado and Kansas will soon be managed by 2 different groups. Centura announced the 5 Adventist hospitals will break off from 15 other hospitals run by Common Spirit Health. Common Spirit is affiliated with the Catholic Church, and the Adventist hospitals are run through Advent Health, which is tied to the Seventh-day Adventist Church. The hospital system says the 2 groups agreed they can better serve their communities by breaking up. There's no timeline for the transition.
And one thing you want to know about the weather today is cold, snowy, and look at the temperatures only in the single digits, teens and a few low 20s along the front range today, with that snow continuing into the afternoon rush hour. Then tomorrow it all clears out. Sunny skies return. Temperature responds 20s and 30s around the greater front range.
Ed, thank you so much. At this hour, we are following a crash on eastbound I-70 and Wadsworth. Moments ago, CDOT was zoomed in. It's a little bit hard to see, but in the distance, some flashing lights. We can see the delays, though. Those are very apparent. Again, this is eastbound I-70 and Wadsworth that we're dealing with this crash. Also, one on the other side of the interstate. You can see the 2 cars in the far left shoulder there. That one doesn't look to be impacting traffic as badly. There are lanes blocked again on the eastbound side for you. But just please give yourself plenty of extra travel time this morning. It is certainly slick and snowy on the roads.
All right, Erica, thank you. Well, you'll want to watch out for the plows today as well. We're going to talk with CDOT about how they are trying to keep the roads clear for you, coming up next on 9 News Mornings. Outside this morning, this is near the Eisenhower-Johnson tunnels. Looks like they're getting a little bit of snow up there, not falling as hard as it is here in the metro area. You heard Matt saying that you actually can see some of the asphalt up there and be able to decipher between the lanes, so some good news. And you also see those plows up there taking care of the roads. We're going to check in with CDOT here in just a moment. Of course, our crews have been keeping an eye on the roads all morning long, and as you just saw, the plows are already out.
Yes, timing is everything, right? Tamara Rollison from CDOT is joining us now over the phone. Good morning.
Good morning.
So talk about the plow plan overnight and into today.
Well, we were out since yesterday morning pre-treating roads in the Denver metro area. We were out all night. We will be out through today, tonight, and tomorrow, particularly along the I-70 mountain corridor. But our crews are incredibly busy right now. We have about 128 plows. That includes the metro area of Region 1, which is the Denver metro region, and the I-70 mountain corridor from Golden to the Eisenhower Johnson Memorial Tunnel.
Tamara, we just saw a whole fleet of your plows up near the tunnels this morning. It's supposed to snow all day long. Does this make it harder for the crews, even with the work they've already done?
They're used to this. They have been on snow shift, I think, for several months now. And when they can grab some warm weather, when we've had some warm temperatures in the last few days, they use that time for pothole repairs, repairing guardrail, bridge deck repairs, that kind of thing. But then when it starts to snow, they have to be completely 100% focused on that.
Yeah, they're just busy all the time, working so hard. How did preparing for this storm compare to some of the other ones that we've seen this season?
This is a fairly typical February Colorado storm, and the temperatures, the pavement temperatures, air temperatures were appropriate for us to do some pre-treating in the metro area. The pavement can't be too cold, it can't be too warm in order for the pre-treatment to work, so we were able to do that yesterday in the metro area, which should help with traction, but still conditions out there are going to be slick, particularly this morning during the morning AM commute. So if you can delay your commute, that would be highly advisable.
All right, good advice there. Yeah, crews can only do so much. It's up to us to do the rest of the job for them to keep things safe out there. Tamara Rollison with CDOT. Tamara, thank you so much.
You bet.
So it's already been snowing for a few hours now, and Ed, it's just going to keep on going throughout the day.
Yeah, it is. We had sort of a light, heavy snow, or light snow, but steady snow coming down, and it's cold, and that's the real difference. As it hits the roads, it is sticking in some areas and slick in others, and Erica's been telling you about that. You can see the snow here. It looks like hazy, foggy conditions. That's the light snow that we have falling right now, and we're only at 13 degrees, so yeah, it is cold out there. And here is this system. It's still to get through the area, but it's pumping snow into our state. We have some more snow that'll come in and replace that, so the snow is just perpetuating as the storm system goes to the south. Mainly a southern track storm, so you can see how that snow is going to go off to the south and to the east of us, but this is at 5 o'clock this afternoon. We still got a little light snow going on, but overnight we see things clear, and tomorrow morning we have sunshine, and by tomorrow afternoon we are sunny all over the region, and that's the good news. But today, Denver is included in this. The winter weather advisory goes until midnight in the blue shaded area. In the red shaded area, that is a winter storm warning, and up 2 feet of snow in the San Juans, maybe a foot of snow over the southeast, and as a result, an avalanche warning and an avalanche watch are out until 5 p.m. on Thursday. We'll get another 4 inches here in Denver, but to the south, heavier 9 in Trinidad. We'll see 9 or 11 in Burlington, and maybe a foot or more in Colby, Kansas. So that low pressure system moves out of the area. High pressure system begins to move in. So 30s tomorrow, but then it comes over here on Friday, stays around for the weekend, and we will be in the 50s. Temperatures today, though, on the chilly side, only teens and 20s over the eastern plains. Single digits and teens for the high country, 20s out to the west. And the lows tonight, only single digits and teens east, above and below zero readings for the high country, and single digits and teens to the west. So your forecast, cloudy, cold snow, blowing snow, 18 degrees. For tonight, clearing skies, cold, 5 degrees. Tomorrow, sunny skies and not as cold. We'll get to 35 degrees, but even better on your Friday with 50 degrees into the 50s for your Saturday and Sunday. 52 to begin the day on Monday, but maybe rain or snow showers late. Little snow on Tuesday is possible before it clears out on Wednesday.
Ed, thank you so much. We want to help you get out the door. We're going to start you out with our live drive here. We've got photojournalist Joe Swanson behind the wheel. Darius Johnson been reporting on the road conditions this morning as well. They're in the Sloan's Lake area, and check it out. This is really what we've been warning you of this morning. It's these side streets, neighborhood roads that are going to be a lot more covered in snow, a lot dicier. Interstates have been mostly clear, but they're still wet. They're still going to be slick and even icy in areas because Ed has been talking about the frigid temperatures that we are dealing with. Let's go ahead and bring it to our CDOT camera. We're zoomed in now on that eastbound I-70 crash at Wadsworth. Still a very active scene. It looks like we've got a couple left lanes blocked through that area. Really slow going as cars are passing by, taking a peek at what's happening there and also merging down to the right lanes through that area. As far as what else is happening across the metro this morning, Denver police and Douglas County Sheriff tweeted out they're on accident alert. So in those areas, unless your crash involves injuries, drugs, or alcohol, you're to just exchange information. We can't stress enough the slick and snowy drive, and please allow yourself plenty of extra travel time this morning. We're dealing with a crash actually on both sides of the interstate, westbound and eastbound in the area of Wadsworth, so dicey there. Darius passed this crash a little bit earlier and texted me. Colfax and Mariposa were dealing with a wreck. Police on scene. He said it's pretty bad there, so be aware of that one. Then we've got a rollover crash in the Broomfield area, Highway 7 and Sheridan Parkway. Pretty much anywhere you're headed now, even interstates, because of the dicey conditions, you're looking at backups. You've got the yellow light, about a 10-minute delay into Commerce City right now on westbound 76.
The plows are already out in Denver this morning. They started at 3 a.m. as we just heard from CDOT. You should see both those big plows and the small ones for residential streets. Here's a look at where the plows are right now. Those blue symbols are the big plows and the orange ones are the small plows. Remember, the little plows don't have de-icer and they won't bring the streets down to the bare pavement. They kind of just take off that extra layer on the top so that it melts quickly and doesn't stick around for a month like we saw this last time.
And a lot of us might be cranking up the heat today, but the good news is XL says we can expect lower bills next month. XL paid less for natural gas, so they have to give us a refund. So the gas part of your bill should go down around 11.5%, and the electric part 2.3% cheaper. XL says the average customer should save about $14.
Big news for fans of SNL and Mean Girls. Tina Fey and Amy Poehler are coming back. How you can see them coming up.
Severe weather 9. Let's flip you around so you can take a look at the white wonderland that we have here at Sloan's Lake. You can usually see downtown from this area. It is whiteout conditions right now this morning. You can't see anything except for the few people who are walking around, or running around rather, with their dogs and with some of their athletic gear on, but it's cold outside and it's a little snow. This is what it's looking like over here. We're going to hop out of the car so we can show you all what the park is looking like. It's actually really beautiful, but also just to be able to show you the amount of snow accumulation that we've had overnight into this morning. So this is what it's looking like. Again, take it slow when you get on a lot of the side streets. A lot of the main streets are getting a little bit packed as well, but the plows, they are on your side this morning, and so are we. I'm Darius Johnson, live from Severe Weather 9.
Yes, we are, Darius. All right, thank you. The weather is also causing some backups at the airport today. According to FlightAware, Denver International Airport already has 371 delays and 75 canceled flights. That is a huge jump just within the last 30 minutes. Most of those flights, by the way, are with Southwest Airlines.
And we've got a generally light snow, but it's a steady snow and a very intensity off and on today. Let's go outside, take a look, and you can see all the foggy, hazy conditions. That's actually light snow falling, and 13 degrees, the best we can do right now. And you'll see that snow continuing right into the afternoon rush hour, but overnight it begins to clear as the system moves off to the east. And by afternoon tomorrow, we're in sunshine, but only 18 degrees today with that snow off and on. Tomorrow, 35 degrees with more in the way of sunshine. Better on Friday, 50 degrees. Look at your weekend. Low to mid-50s with partly sunny skies. Start that way on Monday with 52 degrees, but a little disturbance moves through, and late in the day, chance for some rain or snow.
Nice to see that warm-up, Ed. Thank you. Time for In Other News. The dynamic duo Tina Fey and Amy Poehler are back. They're going on tour this spring. Only going to be 4 shows in D.C., Chicago, Boston, and Atlantic City. So we've got to travel if we want to go. They're calling it the Restless Leg Tour. It's a celebration of their 30 years of friendship. Wow, I know. Tina and Amy met in the 90s doing improv in Chicago. They joke that if the tour goes right, they can finally end the friendship. I love them so much. Ticket pre-sales start today. Check this out. This panda is the world's heaviest cub born in captivity. She lives in a panda nature reserve in China. She's playing with her mom there. She is a little chomp. Her name appropriately translates to little chubby girl.
Oh, she is so adorable. It's like a little roly-poly. She's just rolling around everywhere.
I love panda video. I feel like we could just roll this all morning and it would be great. Like, look how sweet.
Rolling around.
You know what? Just your morning dose of happiness before you have to head out to work.
In this snowy mess.
Yeah. I'm also really excited about Tina Fey and Amy Poehler teaming back up. You know, they're busy people. They got their jobs. They have their families. They're not just regular moms, though.
They're cool moms.
No, you didn't with the Mean Girls reference. I love it. That's it for us here on Channel 9. We're headed over to Channel 20 for 2 more hours of your snow day team coverage. Have a great day. Be safe out there.